All right, myself, Aquarius rising and sun. This Libra lunar eclipse is happening in your ninth house along with the south node there. That means the sun is opposite the moon in Aries in your third house along with the north node. So what I'm seeing for this is I feel like you guys are maybe there's a couple things. First of all, I feel like I'm getting this interesting juxtaposition, ninth house, third house, of bigger perspectives about your life and kind of maybe even doing a little assessment of your life and how things are going, or do I still value the things that I value in the same way? Are my relationships ending up like how I wanted them to be? And especially when it comes to money, is my relationship with money kind of what I wanted it to be? Do I own the things I want to own? Do I manage my money in the way that I want to manage it? And I say that because the ruler of this eclipse, Venus, is in your second house of finances along with Saturn. So again, I'm getting this like higher level thinking. I also pulled the mountain card. So it feels like you have in some ways are having the perspective of being on top of the mountain and kind of overlooking the land beneath you and assessing your life and seeing, does this fit with me? Does this all look good? Do I need to go and manage things differently? And doing a kind of an assessment of your life in general or an overview. Then I also pulled the spleen card, which is much more about the like overthinking, the ruminating, the needing to make a decision, the looking at the logistical side of things. And this very much feels like the sun and north node in the third house, where we are more in our conscious and our logical mind. We're looking at the information right in front of us. And again, we're needing to evaluate and make certain decisions based off of that. So I'm getting this, like, again, this juxtaposition of the higher mind, of the higher perspective, of the viewing your life holistically from the mountaintop, and then this kind of more zoomed in perspective of, I need to decide something about this specific situation. I need to look at this and again, make some kind of decision. And so I feel like you guys are maybe needing to, again, look at the bigger picture and kind of reevaluate or, reevaluate or put different emphasis or value on different areas of your life, or even invest your money into different areas in order to match more with your kind of ideal, like, long-term vision. With the sun being in the third house, though, I'm really getting the sense that you're needing to make more immediate decisions that would then lead you towards your long-term like vision. So I feel like basically what's happening here is that you guys might be assessing your life and seeing, actually, like, this way of making money doesn't suit me anymore, or I really want to buy a house. I really want to manage my money in this different way. I feel like I haven't shown up with confidence in my relationships. I need to reevaluate my self-worth and my values that I attach to myself. It's like you're looking at the big picture of your life and then assessing, especially when it comes to your values and your finances and the things that you own. You're kind of assessing those and asking yourself, like, is this right for me? Is this still in alignment for me? What do I need to let go of? What do I need to do differently? And then the sun and then the north node being in the third house are like, okay, let's make these immediate decisions. Let's take action. Let's move forward in a specific way that reflects what we want to see when we're up on that mountaintop. So that could look like, okay, that means I'm going to sell my house. That means I'm going to save money to take up gig work to eventually be able to afford a down payment. Maybe that looks like seeing a therapist to work on your self-worth, or doing things to gain more skills. It's like you're deciding to make like practical, immediate changes to your life, to the actions that you're taking in order to, again, align with your ideal version of your future, because there's something about it right now when you're on that mountaintop that isn't sitting quite right with you, or that you're like, I don't want to be a part of this anymore. I need to stop this. I want to end this, and I want to move in this direction instead. So that's kind of like, that's the vibe I'm getting. And for some of you, I think this could be very much related to money and a house. It's not going to be like that for all of you, but because the ruler of the eclipse is in the second house of money and property and finances and everything that we own, it's likely to have some influence here. Or it could be the more abstract emotional perspective of the second house, which is about our values, our self-worth, what we bring into relationships, our skill sets, and how that also affects our life. So I see you guys, again, making some immediate decisions and adjustments. And I don't mean immediate that you're like, that you shouldn't think long-term about them. I think you should be cautious, actually. This might be even a better time to save money for your future, to be very discerning with where you're putting your money and thinking about this very much long-term. Or whatever decisions you're making, it's like, it's not based off of solely this reactive response. It's based off of a conservative plan, or looking at the reality of the situation and knowing what you need to accomplish to get from A to B, and not, again, just an immediate emotional reactive kind of decision of what you should do. So you're making those decisions, you're having this plan, you're acting conservatively. And I really feel like for many of you guys, even if it's not about buying a home, I think it's somehow going to affect your sense of security and stability. So kind of like the emotional home. I feel safe here. I feel taken care of. I feel like my emotional needs are met. I feel like I'm planning for my future, saving for my future. Maybe one day have a family, or maybe I'm supporting my existing family. Maybe I'm building up a home or moving to a new home. There's a sense of like your emotional and physical security and your connection with your family will improve as a result of making these decisions that kind of need to be acted on sooner rather than later. So again, for some of you guys, that will be buying a house, maybe upgrading part of your house, maybe moving to a new place, maybe saving money by refinancing, redoing part of your house, like redecorating, reorganizing. Maybe you are investing into something that will support your family, support your kids. Maybe you're going to save money for your future family, or for you just feeling more stable in your future and feeling like I can take more risks in the future because I saved up for it at this time in my life when I had the money to do so. So there's a sense of planning for your long-term financial future and making sure that you're making the changes in your immediate reality right now that will help set you up for that success later on and that sense of security later on. So that is what I'm seeing for Aquarius. I'd love to see if this does or even doesn't resonate with you. I'd love to hear about your story in the comments down below. Those mean a lot to me, especially seeing the astrology. It helps me understand it even more. And if you enjoy this, please don't forget to give me a thumbs up, subscribe, share with your friends, and have a beautiful day. Bye.